while you're watching this, you start to think, oh, Jussie, was he telling the truth? Oh, poor guy. And you think, no, this man was lying 5 ways to Sunday. And the final nail in the coffin is there is a photocopy of the check that he wrote to the attackers. He wrote a check and they have the check.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is what he said happened.
Walgreens was closed. So I called him up and I said, hey, I'm gonna run to Subway, which was across the street, and I'm gonna get a salad. Do you want anything? I went to the Subway and got the order. During that time, I texted my manager thinking that he was still in Australia because he was on an Australian tour with one of his other clients. Mm-hmm. And I said, yo, call me when you can. He called me immediately. And while he was on the phone, I heard, as I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire.
Oh.
And I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't.
Is that the show he was on? Imagine somebody just sees Jennifer Coolidge on the street and they're like, hey, White Lotus.
That makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Okay, I guess that could happen. But something about Jussie just saying that the guy around the corner was like, Empire! Like, imagine right before you get attacked, regardless of him being on the show, somebody just yells, Empire! And then they sock you in the face. That's actually funny. I take it all back. I believe him.
And I didn't answer. I kept walking, and then I heard Empire. So I turned around and I said, did you just say to me? And I see the attacker.
The attacker.
Masked. And he said, this MAGA country punches me right in the face.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. Bro, you know there are no MAGA supporters that could identify the cast of Empire on the street. They just could not do it.
Got him. We got him.
So I punched his back.
Oh.
And then we started tussling. You know, it was very icy. And we ended up tussling by the stairs. Fighting. There was a second person involved who was kicking me in my back. And then it just stopped. And they ran off. And I saw where they ran. And the phone was in my pocket, but it had fallen out. And it was sitting there. And my manager was still on the phone.
His manager was not in on it, but he probably called his manager because he wanted to have a witness. Imagine the manager making statements to the police. He's like, I don't know what happened. I just heard, Empire!
Up the phone and I said, Brandon. And he's like, what's going on? And I said, I was just jumped. And then I looked down and I see that there's a rope around my neck, which I hadn't.
You hadn't noticed it before?
No,
you didn't
because
see?
It was so fast. You know what I'm saying? It was so fast.
How long did this all
It felt
take?
like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds, honestly. I can't tell you honestly. I noticed the rope around my neck and I started screaming. And I said, there's a rope around my neck.
Did you get any kind of description of the attacker?
I gave a body description and I, because I saw this, right here or whatever, but I didn't see, I can't tell you what color their eyes were. I can't tell you. And I did not see anything except the second person I saw running away. And the first person, I saw.
God, this is such a bad story.
His stature. I gave the description as best as I could. You have to understand also that it's Chicago in winter. People can wear ski masks and nobody's going to question that.
All the way through until this time on Thursday afternoon, we're going to feel these kinds of conditions moving in. Minus 30 to minus 60 for the wind chill.
The police have gone through a lot of
Do you guys think that she believes him?
Video, and they were able to capture an image of two people of interest. Have you seen that image?
Bro, that look like black folks. And they were black folks.
We were the ones that did it. Yeah. It was us.
That looks like black folks. He was trying to say that these were the MAGA people? I don't know how to explain it, but that looks like black folks.
Do you believe that they could possibly be the attackers?
I do.
What is it about their size, or why do you feel that they could possibly be?
Because I was there. For me, when that was released, I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't have any doubt in my mind that that's them. Never did.
Why did you hesitate to want to called the police?
You know, there's a level of
'Cause
pride there.
We
We
needed to post it on Twitter first. That's why.
live in a society where,
Dude, he's about to cry.
as a gay man, you are considered somehow
You can,
to
like,
be weak.
tell
And I'm
he's
not
about to
weak.
cry.
I am not weak. And we are, as a people, are not weak. So, I mean, I can accept that there was pride there. There's also privacy.
Didn't he post it on Twitter? Jussie Smollett, Twitter. I'm just seeing all the tweets of like politicians that were like, what happened to Jussie Smollett hits home for us all, and we will not be silenced. And this other one that's like, as Jussie Smollett recovers from a racist and homophobic hate crime, the mainstream media, and I'm like, ugh. But you know what, though? I also feel bad for the people that got roped into it, because you want to believe, like, when somebody says something awful like that happens, like it's racist or it's homophobic or something, like, you want to listen first. You do listen first, right? He just kept lying, bro.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
And we are, as a people, are not weak. So, I mean, I can accept that there was pride there. There's also privacy. You know, at the end of the day, look what has happened. You know, look what has happened. So, I'm glad that Frank called the police. I'm glad that we reported it. During that time before they came, it took them about maybe half hour to come. And during that time, I was looking at myself, just like checking myself out. I saw the bruise on my neck, you know, like the little, the rope burn around my neck. And then I smelled bleach. I know the smell of bleach. And I saw on my sweatshirt, it had marks on it, like spots on it, when you have a bad bleach job. So then I was like, there's bleach on me too. So when the police came.
Is he trying to say that they were gonna, hold on.
I kept the clothes on. I kept the rope.
So you had the rope on the entire time?
I mean, it wasn't like wrapped around, but yeah, it was around because I wanted them to see. I wanted them to see what this was. I told them what happened, everything. I also asked them to turn their body cams off because they were trying to stay in the hallway.
In a world where that actually happened, okay? For me personally, I would not leave the rope around my neck because I wanted other people to see. It feels very, look, I am a victim, which is exactly like who he was. Like, I would be like, wow, this is super fucked up. Like, they clearly were trying to send a message with this. I'm going to take this off, but tell somebody what happened. It's just so odd.
And I was like, please just come in. Like, I don't want a big scene with my neighbors and with like the second round of police officers. I went down to where it happened and I walked them through exactly what happened. And I looked up and I saw that there was a camera directly on the light post that is in the intersection. So I'm like, there it is.
A potential break in the case that would eventually fall apart days later.
And then the detective told me that the camera inside of the casing was facing north, so they didn't have it. And that was disappointing.
The vast majority of people have been supportive and loving and understanding. And then as time has gone on, and that there's no, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to Subway, Sub-Zero.
Subway is open 24 hours. Like, people kill me when they say things like that because it's like Subway is open 24 hours for a reason.
He's so mad about the people that don't believe him. Like, he's not mad that this happened. He's mad that people don't believe him.
Hungry at night and you ain't got no food, you go to Subway. The camera facing north. How is that my issue? It feels like if I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot more. A lot more. And that says a lot about the place that we are in our country right now. The fact that we have these fear mongers, these people that are trying to separate us. And
it is impressive how far a liar will go. It is fascinating.
It's just not okay. And for all of the people, the next time that you see someone report something, maybe well after the fact that it happened, and you say to them, well, why you wait until now? Just remember that mine was reported right away. And look what has happened.
The phone. When did you because as you said, it was an accurate account